Inter Milan. One of the biggest clubs in Italian football and the only team never to have been relegated from Serie A, they play at the world famous San Siro and have won a huge amount of trophies in their history, including Serie A titles, Coppa Italias and 3 European Cups. In this video we're going to talk about another reason that makes this club so special. We're going to break down Inter Milan's top 10 modern day strikers. There were so many to choose from, but we had to get just to the top 10. This club is always known for having amazing strikers and attackers. They always focus on scoring goals. So for us to put this top 10 list together, we've broken it down into how many goals they scored for the club, how many appearances they made for Inter Milan, the reputation they had at the club, and would you consider them truly world class. So let's get talking about this. This is the top 10 Inter Milan's modern day strikers. Now before we get started, if you're new to the channel, this is the Bosman Viewing. We post a lot of football content on here, so if you like this kind of thing, hit the subscribe button, there's going to be a lot more coming. But let's get into the video and see if you agree with this top 10. Starting off the list at number 10, Diego Milito. The Argentinian striker signed from Genoa, affectionately known as the Prince. He played for Inter Milan from 2009 to 2014. He played 171 games for the club and scoring 75 goals. He's probably best remembered for scoring 30 goals in that treble winning season, 2 of which came in the Champions League final. Definitely a fan's favourite of the club. Across his career he scored nearly a goal every 2 games. Definitely a goal-getter. Would you consider him truly world class? I'm not sure, but for what he achieved at this club, we have to put him in there, so number 10 seems right for Diego Milito. Next up on this list, number 9, Samuetto. The Cameroon legend joined the club in 2009 as part of that famous swap deal with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he stayed with the club until 2011. He played 102 games, scoring 53 goals in that time. At this club, he is probably best remembered for being a part of that treble winning season. Eto'o is also one of the very few players who have won the Champions League back-to-back with 2 different teams. He became somewhat of a journeyman in his career, playing for so many different teams that the fans may not affectionately remember him like other players, but he's definitely good enough to make this list and in at number 9. Number 8, Hernan Crespo. The Argentinian striker actually had 2 spells at Inter Milan, from 2002 to 2003 and 2006 to 2009. He played 116 games for the club, scoring 45 goals. At one point in his career he was actually the most expensive player in the world when Lazio signed him from Parma. Over his career he scored over 300 goals. Inter Milan actually signed Crespo as a replacement for Ronaldo. He may actually be better remembered for the success he had at their rivals AC Milan. However, there's no denying this guy is world class, scored goals everywhere he went to. So number 8, Hernan Crespo. Now for number 7, Yuri Jorgef. The French magician played for the team from 1996 to 1999. In that time he played 127 games, scoring 39 goals. He's not what you call an out-and-out striker. He could play anywhere in the front line, even in midfield if he had to, but what he's best remembered for is scoring one of the greatest goals in the club's history, an overhead kick in their 3-1 win against Roma. During his time at the club they were very successful, winning numerous trophies including the UEFA Cup. Part of that season he played a pivotal role in that win. He only left the team after losing his spot to Roberto Baggio, so number 7 for me, Yuri Jorgef. Number 6, Christian Vieiri. Nicknamed Bobo, Vieiri signed for Inter Milan in 1999 and stayed until 2005. He played 190 games for the club and scored 122 goals during that period. He was actually a world record signing when they bought him from Lazio. And he was brought in with the intention that he could partner Ronaldo up front to create the deadly strike force in European football. Unfortunately, he was very injury plagued during this time. The fact he was able to score 122 goals with all those injuries is unbelievable. Inter Milan is the only club he played more than 1 season at a time with. A legend of European and Italian football. Number 6, Christian Vieiri. Getting to the halfway point, number 5, Roberto Baggio. The Divine Ponytail himself signed for Inter Milan in 1998 and stayed until 2000. He played 59 games for the club and scored 17 goals. He claims Inter Milan was his favourite childhood club. He knew when he signed for them he wasn't going to be the number one striker as he was getting to the end of his career. However, he scored vital goals during this period and was fondly remembered by the fans. Sometimes he would play out of position as a winger, and it was well reported he fell out with some of the managers, most notably Lippi. However, we've got to put Baggio in here. He's a legend of the game. Number 5. Number 4. Ivan Zamarano. Nicknamed Bam Bam, Zamarano played for Inter Milan from 1996 until 2001. During this time he played 150 games for the club and scored 41 goals. Maybe not as many as other players, but he scored vital ones, including that UEFA Cup final goal against Lazio. All the players loved to play with him. He was an out and out striker, always trying to get goals, trying to get in behind the defence. One of my favourite stories about Zamarano was when they signed Ronaldo, he was told he was going to have to give up the number 9 for the club. So rather than get upset about it, he took number 18 and just added a plus sign beside it. So technically he was still the number 9 for the club. One of my favourite childhood players, Zamarano, number 4. Making it into the top 3, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This one was a no-brainer. The Swedish striker joined the club from Juventus after they got relegated to Serie B. He played for Inter Milan from 2006 to 2009. He played 117 games and scored 66 goals in that time. He was the top scorer in Serie A from 2008 to 2009. He scored 25 goals in that season and they also won the title. He was Footballer of the Year 2 years in a row. Ironically, he left the club for Barcelona to win the Champions League, which Inter Milan won that season. There's no denying this guy is world class. Number 3 on this list, Zlatan. Now, number 2, Adriano. Nicknamed the Emperor, the Brazilian striker, most notably known for his left foot strikes, played for Inter Milan from 2004 to 2009. He played 115 games for the club and scored 47 goals. Everyone was talking about him being Ronaldo's successor for both club and country, and he peaked in 2004 and 2005 when he scored 45 goals for both club and country. These days he's most notably known for the issues he had on and off the field. It was well reported that when his dad passed away that he spiraled into alcoholism, his professionalism dipped, and he never really recovered that form. But rather than focus on the negatives, let's talk about the positives. He was a legend for this club and at one period the best striker on the planet. Adriano, number 2. I'm sure this is no surprise to anyone. Number 1, Ronaldo. To many, the greatest striker to ever play the game. Ronaldo signed for Inter Milan in 1997 and stayed until 2002. He played 98 games for the club and scored 59 goals during that period. He was also a world record signing from Barcelona. During his first season with the club, he scored 25 Serie A goals, won Footballer of the Year and also won the Ballon d'Or. Keep in mind this is during a period when all the best defenders in the world played in Italian football. He also played in the UEFA Cup final, scoring a vital goal that's well remembered by the club onto their win that season. He was then appointed captain of the club from 1998 and 1999. We also need to talk about the career-threatening injury that Ronaldo suffered during his time at Inter Milan. In a game against Lecce in November 1999, his knee just buckled. Most players this would have ended his career. Even on his comeback, he only managed 6 minutes and collapsed again. However, the fact that he was able to recover from this and continue to have success in his career shows the character of this player. There is no denying that Ronaldo is a world-class striker, and most of the players that he played with always vote him as the greatest teammate they ever had. Ronaldo will go down as a legend, not only for Italian football, for Inter, but also world football in general. Ronaldo has to be number 1 on this list. So, do you agree with this list? Do you disagree? Was there any players that I left out that you think should be in the top 10? Let me know, put your comments down below, thumbs up the video, and I'll see you on the next one.